Yeah, man, that music video was crazy. That was an insane music video, and I agree. Like the Corona costumes are gonna come, and I mean, I just assume that people are gonna be as off. Like, there's always gonna be someone doing something awful, and I'm gonna see it because it's gonna become trending on Twitter. I'm gonna find out about it. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
won't be surprised, and I will definitely hit you up with some links when those photos start coming
Oh
through,
my
and
goodness.
we can
Yeah, I'm
stick our heads at them.
kind of not looking forward to it, but I'll be ready.
Yeah. Okay.
Last thing here, I don't want to hold you too long. I appreciate you hopping on this call, and thank you for everyone tuning in. Um, Two things from you. One, in terms of the bracket, going back to Hook Madness, I know you said Ed Sheeran is your favorite. Do you see anyone else from the other sides? And for to remind you of who's still in it, on the rap side, you have Drake against Ray Sherman, and then Travis Scott versus Migos.
Hmm.
You have in the medley section, you have Post Malone against Maroon 5,
Wow.
and then Bad Bunny against Bruno Mars. And
Wow.
then in the R&B section, you have The Weeknd against Rihanna, and then Beyonce against Khalid, and then of course the pop one, which we focused on, Ed Sheeran versus Dua Lipa, and then Justin Bieber versus Ariana. Do you see anyone else giving Ed Sheeran a run for his money in hooks?
Okay, this is gonna be a bad. People might not like this take. First of all, Drake has got hooks, man. And like, I'm not. I think he's great, honestly. And I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of his music, but I love his hooks. I think he always has me singing them along. But Maroon 5 needs to have some respect put in their name because they have been having a song on the radio for like 13 years every single time. And like
Yep.
there's never been like quarter two through quarter four every there's sometimes one like month period where they're not on, but like all the time they're on there. And I just respect that. Like it's not easy to be on the radio and it's not easy to write consistently catchy hooks, regardless of what people think about the content lyrically or whatever. I like that they're in there, and I think that they deserve to be there. I still want to say Ed Sheeran in there. Ed Sheeran and Drake would probably be my two that I think deserve to be in the finals personally. But they're all great, man. You definitely seeded this very intelligently. These are all very like there's some very thought out shit in here because those are all really really good hook writers, and there's no just like fan favorite. It's like those folks are right. Those folks are writing hooks. I think.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's cool to see. I'm someone like during March Madness in the basketball where I hate when it's all chalk. But with this, it's kind of like, oh, if it's not all chalk, it kind of makes me look like my insights were terrible. So it's kind of cool that for the most part, we see like the favorites that are still in it. But I could see that. My final four to put you in was Drake, of course, for rap. I had Bieber, as I mentioned. And then on the bottom side, I had Post Malone, and then I think I had Ty Dolla Sign. I had Ty Dolla Sign's out of it. I had him barely beating out Rihanna because, as you talked about, Rihanna's been kind of doing her thing. She's obviously building her brand with Fenty and Savage and whatnot.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, if I could see her winning it as well. I know people love their Queen Riri, and
Yeah.
she's one of those where I don't know if you've listened. I think the most recent thing she did was "Believe It" with Party Next Door. She was on that. I
Yeah.
don't know if you heard that.
I miss her, man. I miss hearing her music because she's so great.
Yeah,
Like
she has something special.